My boy, something is terrible has happened.
Oh, man.
Do we have to?
You're the guy in the green clothes, you have to do it.
My feet hurt.
I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who commits hourly suicide by jumping off the watchtower instead of climbing down the ladder.
It's faster.
Johnny. My feet hurt.
I just want to know what these, rural island bumpkins think of the dipshit in the green tights who navigates the incredibly small village island by dodge rolling everywhere.
You say that, but the only thing Link has to do for total stealth is to plant his face on the floor.
I would love it if the entire notion of this hero of time was just an elaborate prank that everyone plays on Link. It's complete bollocks. We're gonna tell the old lady's grandson that there's a great hero, and every year he has to dress up in a green tunic. Then we're gonna beat the shit out of him.
I bet you I can make Link wear this stupid outfit.
10 rupees says you're on.
So, one of the first things that 3D Zelda usually teaches you is how to Z-target, or L-target, whichever, a person who's sitting up on a rooftop somewhere. And it's like, okay, does anyone actually, during the course of the game, talk to someone from that kind of distance? Because I usually just walk up to them and talk to them.
It's more that it's just an easy way to get people you can lock onto things.
Yeah.
Just like in real life, I like to have as much distance between me and someone, the person I'm speaking with, as possible.
Hey, wasn't me this time.
I like how this guy is literally one of those, human alien abominations with a huge head.
He looks like a kind of Hyrudian version of the Brain.
Well, he's talking about how low his brain age score is, or whatever the fuck he's talking about. I don't know.
Link, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Wonder what his credit score is like.
Also, is he from
6.
Lowrule? You see, we need to make these connections when we can, because God forbid we don't know where a game sits.
That triangle on the door was upside down. That's the Lowrule Triforce.
If we don't know where a game sits on the Zelda timeline, we're not going to be able to enjoy the series properly. Oh no.
Guys, I forget this because I don't really care too much for the official timeline. Send your hate mail to me, I accept it. But I forget, the Wind Waker, is that in the Link wins or Link loses?
Link wins.
Link wins, okay.
Oh, so Link wins and the world gets flooded. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lick of sense.
It's like the Link. It's like the future where Link actually beats Ganon, but then Zelda can't keep him sealed or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, basically later Ganondorf does manage to break out, and since Link's not there because Majora's Mask, they flood the world, and this game happens.
Wait a minute. I thought the official timeline there was 3 endings. One where he goes back as the kid, one where he wins,
true.
and then one where he loses. But I always thought, Nintendo was just Link's kind of shit. He loses sometimes. There's some games in that timeline.
Well, the split timeline theory originally, before Nintendo released the Hyrule Restoria, I can't believe I know this shit. The original split time theory before Nintendo had their BS is that this timeline splits at the end of Ocarina of Time because Link goes back in time at the end of Ocarina of Time. So the timeline continues in one direction where Hyrule was destroyed by Ganon, but now he's sealed, and it continues in another direction where Link goes back in time and is a kid and Majora's Mask happens. So this timeline, this game is supposed to be on the timeline, the world that Link left behind at the end of Ocarina of Time, I think. I don't know what the hell they were doing with the Link loses shit, because that's just not even in Ocarina of Time at all. So.
Exactly. See, I would have to go back, but I thought this was the Majora's Mask timeline.
I'm pretty sure Twilight Princess is. You see, who cares? Is the better question.
No, this is the Link wins one because this spoiler alert, Ganondorf's in this game. This Ganondorf is the one that we sealed up in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, same one? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it is the exact same one.
I will, in concept, defend the idea of there being a timeline for Link dying, because that is one of the very, very rare things that video game stories can do that other story mediums can't. That is actually in every game.
Okay, well, my question is,
being
why
able
isn't
to
there
lose.
a separate timeline for every Zelda game?
That's the thing, though. That's why it gets all.
Why isn't there a separate timeline for when he dies in every single area of every game ever? Yeah, I know. I'm only saying I defend it in concept, not in the way it was used.
I would agree with you, Lewis, if there was in Banjo-Kazooie, for instance, if you run out of lives or if you choose to end the game early, there's a special cutscene where
You get sexy Gruntilda.
where you get sexy where there's like a specific game over cutscene. If there was something like that in Ocarina of Time, I would accept that being a canon ending for this.
Ted
Link
just wants
loses.
sexy
No,
Gruntilda.
you know,
in
I
Ocarina
don't
of
think
Time.
I don't think canon needs to be premeditated because then so many doors would close. So many doors would close.
Game over. Return of sexy Gruntilda.
Oh yeah. Every game needs to have a game over screen with sexy Gruntilda.
I think at that point, Zelda 2 is the only immediate Zelda game I can think of that has some sort of alternate ending, even though if it's just a
Yeah.
game over screen.
It does say Return of Ganon, so there you go. There's your.
Now we need a
second
game
timeline.
after that.
Breath of the Wild confirmed to be after Zelda 2.
Now, because, like, Zelda spent so much time just asleep in stasis that she decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to put Link to sleep for a few centuries, see how he likes it. And then
Like
Breath
the
of the
show.
Wild happened because she lost the potion that would have woken him up. Oops.
I wish cutting grass was as easy in real life as it is in Hyrule. I would save so much time.
I wish
Well,
it
I'll tell you
paid
one
as
thing
well.
that I found immediately alienating. So I just recently played Star Fox Adventures, so you guys saw when this video was recorded. And, as a Zelda clone, or as a Zelda-esque game, one of the first things I wanted to do was cut grass, and I couldn't, and I hated it.
Well, you have a stick, John. How are you going to cut grass with a stick?
It has a sharp tip.
Yeah, but Johnny, one thing I've always wanted to do in Zelda, which I've never been able to, is just for no reason beat the shit out of a Triceratops. So in that regard, Star Fox wins.
Well, Ted, you also have to remember that you can cut grass with the wooden sword in Twilight Princess.
Gareth, are you sure you're talking about Zelda there? Because that sounds more like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to me.
No, I was making a joke because in Star Fox Adventures you can just smack Tricky with your stick over and over again.
And it's hilarious.
Fox, I'm
For
hungry.
the wrong reasons.
Oh, so Gareth, you're going to record Star Fox for us then, is what you're saying, right?
Totally, I'll get right on that. And by right on that, I mean go fuck yourself, though.
Ah, Moblins. It's like they know they're trash monsters from an RPG. Now, I love it when characters always get stuck by the back of their shirt in a tree after falling, because it's, like, physically impossible for them to land that way.
Pretty much.
My ass.
Like, it's impossible for them to land that way without just completely ripping their shirt, but they never do.
Or getting skewered through the spine to go a darker route with that.
Man, did I land on Munchkin Land or something?
This guy.
Is that Alfonso? Leave
Yeah.
it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh, man, we're going to have so many memes.
Get back on the damn train, Alfonso.
Kind of like Link, I would also say this is, I mean, as thanks to Lewis for spoiling earlier, but this version of Zelda has so much personality when she's in pirate mode. I love it. She just doesn't respect Link, has no time for him. I just love it. I just love all their interactions. It's so well done.
Then about halfway through the game tells her to put on a dress and sit in the corner.
Yeah, it's like, this is a character that they could have made a game about all by herself, but they didn't do anything with it. And, I'd be a little bit less...
I think Tetra got a kind of a puzzle game in Japan only.
Oh, great. That's what everyone wants, I'm sure. But,
I'm just saying.
Oh, great, a multiplayer Metroid game with no Samus. Who wants that? Am I right, Ted?
Don't let me hanging, bro.
I'm ignoring
Oh no, my kawaii moto!
It only took 5 years, but Ted's finally ignoring me. I love how Link looks drunk. In that 2 seconds when like the camera's panning up his face, where he's like squirming, his eyes go all crazy. It looks like he's pissed out of his brains. I love it.
What I need,
Tetra, you didn't have to grab me. The worst case scenario, I just lose one heart.
what I need to do after we're done for the day is take random still frames of this playthrough and use them as reaction pics on Twitter. 'Cause they would come in very much handy.
again, one of the most expressive, just animation characters I've ever seen. Like the amount of facial work they were able to do is so good.
Hello, Mr. Postman. Is my package from Amazon here yet?
Yeah, I opt for a 2-day Prime delivery. It's day 4.
Give me my money back.
I'm going to write a scathing 2-star review.
2-star.
I say 2-star. I'm not a monster.
Well, you know, if you the 1-star reviews are always like, this is garbage and nothing better, and the 5-star reviews are obvious fanboys. So you need to write something 2 or 4 so that people will actually take your opinion seriously.
Because no one gives a fuck about 3-star reviews. Only 2 and 4.
I kind of like this as being Ganon's master plan. Okay, we want to find Zelda, so let's go kidnap every young lady in the world with Zelda-shaped ears.
That's honestly not too different from the plan if you've ever played Dragon Quest IV. One of the actually both Dragon Quest 4 and 5, they know the legendary hero is going to be born. They don't know who it's going to be, so they just get every child imaginable and try to kill all of them just in case.
So it's just a Terminator. Are you Sarah Connor?
Wasn't that basically the story of Moses?
Yeah, pretty much.
Link is Moses confirmed.
A game theory.
Well, in this case, it's more like Zelda is Moses.
Well, hey, in Ocarina of Time, his mother did send him away to live somewhere else because they were in danger.
Okay, so we need to sneak into our house and steal this expensive heirloom shield, right? We need to
We
be
just need to
sneaky
grab
about
it.
it.
Nope.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Why do we even
Oh
need a
god,
shield?
I'm not the hero of time at all!
I like how you just backflipped off the top platform.
It's faster.
Link gives no fucks.
It's like, oh, Grandma, you took the shield.
Grandma, are you the hero of time?
Well, Sonny, I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Link, I'm gonna need that tunic back.
Grandma mode for Wind Waker
Grandma,
second remake.
comes this fall.
Grandma's got some
Little
shit
did we
to
know
do.
it. We had the female Link everyone's been clamoring about for decades, and it's been this grandma the entire time.
Hey. Tell me that every Zelda game would not be better if you were playing as a grandma. Like, come on, that would just be badass.
Grandma Link, hero of soup.
That was my favorite reaction because every time Link does the, da-da-da-da level, it just cuts to the grandma looking at him, and he looks like such an idiot with just like this bit like legged out pose with his hand up.
It's a compulsion.
I always
I
imagine
can't help
that,
it. It's in my genes.
It's like that, or like in every episode of Pokemon where Ash catches a Pokemon, he like spins around and the background goes to anime. I guess imagine like his companions being like, "Oh shit, he's doing it again."
What episodes where Ash catches a Pokemon? All 6 of them?
10. I think that's being generous.
Hi, Beetle.
So these are all the annoying things that you have to use in the goddamn Wind Waker adventure map in Hyrule Warriors. Do they do anything interesting or no?
Not really, but you kind of just need them at points in the game, so I'm just getting them now.
Well, the bait bag is what you use to fill out the map, because essentially what you do is that there's this fish that you encounter pretty much in every square inch of the map, and you give him bait and he upgrades your map. Well, he writes the coordinates on the map, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie.
It's also kind of pointless because if you're already in that square, you kind of already know it's there.
Yeah, it's just like it fills out the square of the map for you so you can remember what's there easily, but it's not really necessary for finding anything. In fact, you could probably save yourself a lot of trouble by pulling up a picture of the map on the internet and printing it out and having it next to you while you play.
Like, filling out this map in Wind Waker is very much a case of repeated stop and go, stop and go, stop and go.
Yeah, and that's ultimate. Like, people are really, really bad at expressing this when they complain about the sailing in Wind Waker, but that's basically the problem with sailing in Wind Waker, is that it's a whole lot of stop and go that makes the wide open spaces go by a lot slower, which is not as much a problem in this version of the game because of the
Swift sail.
Yeah, the swift sail, which is a godsend.
No, my problem with the sailing in the original is not enough machine guns.
Well, you get a cannon, which is pretty good.
That's not a machine gun, is it, Johnny?
It shoots bombs! You spoiled shit!
We don't have kit in boat form.
I will say that of the non-traditional horse-based and walking mechanics for world exploration, the sailing in Wind Waker is much better for me than flying in Skyward Sword. The control is, well, simpler, to be honest, and, you know, there's something inherently adventurous about sailing over an open sea and finding uncharted islands and whatnot.
Somebody blow that little shit's nose, please. That's disgusting. That's
Link,
just what kind of
stop
parent
putting
are
your
you?
hands in the air like you just don't care. You very clearly care deeply about this situation.
Yeah? Well, you're gonna be wearing a pink dress by the end of this. I guarantee it, so you shouldn't talk.
Is Link gonna have to smack a bitch?
You don't see those grumpy-looking faces on the other Links. It's great.
Link, first thing I'm going to tell you is how to kill your emotions.
Call me Link Mail. Oh God, not this.
Well, no, he kills his emotions, and he becomes Ocarina of Time Link.
Oh God.
Just lose his polygon count.
Yeah, just was funny. The exact same model.
He's just a little elf-shaped Terminator in green tights.